Yo, how's it going, guys? This is GoDZ Nightmare, and breaking news, I'm in hospital at the moment, and I'm recording this commentary, but since I've been in hospital a lot for the last, let's say, I think it's 2 or 3 years, I decided to do a hospital type of story thing, how, like, commentators that are, like, adults, they go, oh, let's look back through my high school years, I'm gonna go, let's look back through some of the hospital coincidence, and I'm gonna start with the first major one, and I'm gonna start from the start, not before I came in the hospital, just like what happened. And this one is real bad, like I actually died in this one, but I'm obviously not dead anymore if I'm talking here, but yeah, this is what happened. Oh, you might hear some cars going past because my room's right next to cars, but basically, I was real sick. I was vomiting. I went to heaps of doctors, and stuff was happening. Like I was vomiting out blood, had diarrhea, all this other stuff. Like couldn't eat, anything like that. And they said you just got a real bad flu. So they gave me some tablets, and like took the tablets, and I can't take tablets. It's just a thing for me. Like I have a phobia with tablets in a way. If I see a tablet, I seem to vomit. But I sucked it up, took the tablet, and in a few more minutes I was vomiting my guts out even more. And we went to the hospital itself later that day with my, you know those little with the mops, how you had like one of those plastic buckets, real old time type of mops, like early 2000 first century. We still have one of those buckets like hanging around, and I used it as like a vomit bag, and I was walking around with that in, and I was sitting there in emergency, just sitting there with the bucket to my face inside a bucket, vomiting my guts out. So I'm sitting there dry reaching, all that other stuff, and I go in, and the doctors say, take a seat down here. I'm sitting there going, you fuckhead, I don't have a thing, all that shit in my head, but I didn't say it. It was like, I don't know, 2011, but, yeah, so I'm sitting there, and they're talking to my mum, saying, like, they did all this tests, and all this stuff, and they're talking to my mum, there's like, your son's got blah, 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 everything just blanked out, my eyes were starting to shut slowly, and come back up, and shut slowly, and then I blanked out, everything blanked out, couldn't hear anything, everything was black. It felt like 3 years. It felt like 3 years of my life just went by, I didn't see anything, just black. And me standing there in a black dark room for 3 years. And then, it turns out, the doctors, they, like, you know on Battlefield, if you've ever played Battlefield, how the medics have those resus things, like the paddles, and defibrillators, I'm pretty sure that's what they're called. They had that on my chest, trying to give like energy back to my heart. I don't know what it does, but basically that's what it was doing. It worked, and everybody was crying. I'm sitting there going, what just happened? Wasn't I just asleep? Or I don't know, I was freaking, I was shaking out, I was shaking, I was freaking out, and my mum's crying, my 2 sisters are crying, and then like I'm going, what's wrong, doctor, what happened, and all that stuff, and they're like, you died for 5 seconds, your heart died for 5 seconds, and they're saying, another minute or so, if we didn't get you back, we would have classed you as dead and just wrapped it up there. And they said, lucky that they got your heart back and all that stuff. I'm sitting there shitting myself, I literally was almost about to, I was crying, going, holy shit, like, what do I have? And he said, my mum said to me, you have appendicitis. You know how my dad also had it as a kid, but he didn't have it as bad. She said, you know how your dad's got that scar on his stomach? Yeah, that's where the appendix got cut out. I said, yeah, how come he didn't die? And they said, well, I'll explain to you what appendicitis is. An appendix you don't really need. It's just a thing, like just a thing left in your body. And if you get appendicitis, basically it just like releases a pus into your body. It's like a pus from a pimple type of thing, but it's deadly. It kills you. It's a deadly poison. If it gets into your bloodstream, which it does, it slowly kills you. I had it for like a week and a half, so I was basically dead. I was sleeping with my eyes open. I was like collapsing everywhere, all this stuff, and oh man, my throat. I just came out of surgery, guys. I'm sorry. And so they did this. They explained all this to me, and they rushed me up to pediatrics, which is like the kids ward, because I was still young. And they like, oh, surgery. I was so scared about surgery. First time ever. I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I'm sitting there crapping myself, going, are they going to cut me open like while I'm awake or what? And basically, they decided to hold it up to the next day. They gave me an intense drip. Like I had like 4 drip holes in me. So many needles to keep me up and all that. Wasn't allowed to eat for 24 hours or drink. So yeah, man. First time, I haven't been eating for about 3 weeks now. After that, I think I had, just before I left, I had a spaghetti on bread sandwich. Yeah. And basically after that then, I puked my guts, and I went there, and like, oh, my mouth was so dry. I was like, I need water. So, you know those things that you get when you wash dishes? Chucks. Clean your chucks, drained it with water, gave it to me, and I sucked all the moisture out of it, so my mouth would just keep moist. And yeah, so that night was very tough for me. Felt like a very long night. And surgery the next day, like, if you've never had surgery, they usually put you on a bed, roll you down the theatre, and that's like the surgery room, and basically they like ask you all these questions, put another drip in you, put anesthetic in, local anesthetic, which gives you numbness and puts you to sleep. And once they do that, I'm sitting there crapping myself with Mum, like I said, like, will they cut me while I'm awake and all that stuff like that? She said no. And well, that happened. Like, it's a very short story. Yeah, I woke up. It was a 12-hour surgery. So you wake up, and I was like, whoa, man. When I woke up, I felt like I was a real hippie, all high, and I was like, whoa, man, all that stuff like that. And they gave me all these Macca vouchers. I'm trying to cut it down because the video's almost done. And yeah, so they gave me these Macca vouchers. Went home, like not home, but back to peds. And I was in hospital for another 4 weeks because I couldn't walk. The appendix is like in the gut, and I had my belly button screwed up because of this. They put a stitch, like a scar, they cut down my belly button, so my belly button split in half. But yeah, they do that, and basically, yeah, so you can't walk because you've got the pus and it's right on your gut, and it's so much pain to walk, so I couldn't walk for then, so they had to keep me inside. I was still vomiting. I was vomiting out green stuff because I refused to eat. And yeah, so that's all I really can say at the moment because it's almost finished. But I hope you enjoyed this thing, a new series. I'll post this and see how it goes. I'm kind of rushing it because I'm in hospital and my throat and lips are very sore because I just came out of surgery. So yeah, that's another story, and I might be breathing real heavy because, oh my god, yeah, like what I said. And basically, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna leave you with the rest of this gameplay. I should be putting all the new Photoshop stuff I made up there, and yeah, so if you guys enjoyed this series, just like it or send me an inbox, and I might read out some of your stories. But yeah, I've got about 6 more stories to tell, and the one today, I'm pretty pissed because I can't play video games because they cut a nerve off by accident, so I can't move my left thumb or fingers. So yeah, I'm pretty pissed off. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you later. Have a good day.
I'm with this sexy senorita and she looking tasty. I'm dirty dancing with her, call me Patrick Swayze. Hey Carly, call me maybe, better yet, call me baby. I can take you across the globe, but first please get naked. And we drinking up this vodka.